Sales Insight Shorties. Brought to you by Fused.
Nailing the big deal, one small step at a time. Anyone who thinks they can land that massive contract with one epic PowerPoint presentation and a charming smile is in for a surprise. That sure thing they promised leadership is about to turn into the deal that gets pushed back quarter after quarter after quarter. Closing a complex deal is like trying to solve a 1,000-piece puzzle, except the pieces keep moving and half of them are buried in someone's inbox, unread. So, what's the secret? Small wins. Let's call them advances. Every email, meeting, or call is your chance to move the deal forward. It's all about getting those micro advances, the small yeses that lead to the big one. You're not racing for the finish line on day one. Instead, you're playing the long game, stacking up small wins, reducing risks, clarifying needs, and most importantly, building trust. A critical element to these advances is getting the buyer to commit to do something each time, as this is key to building the kind of engagement that takes a deal to the finish line. What do these micro advances look like? Glad you asked. Here are a few examples. Agreeing to a follow-up meeting. Locking in time on their calendar for a follow-up meeting with a clear agreed goal keeps them engaged and progressing along the buyer journey. Getting feedback on a case study or white paper. Don't just send it and hope they read it. Ask for their feedback, get them invested in the conversation and in your solution. Exploring potential solutions. It's not about closing the deal yet. It's about helping them see how your solution could fit their needs. Planting seeds for later, and learning more about their opinions and motivations. Expanding stakeholder involvement. Get their commitment to identify and bring in other decision makers, such as procurement, finance, and legal. This broadens access, deepens your insights into the organization, and accelerates consensus building. Each micro commitment is an advance, a small but crucial step forward. Without them, the deal stalls, or worse, disappears. On the flip side, there's being stationary. You know, when the buyer says, "Interesting, we'll discuss it next time," or "I'll think about it." It sounds good on the surface, but that's your red flag. It means you're stuck. So, how do you make sure every interaction counts? The secret is having both you and the customer commit to something that demonstrates everyone has some interest in moving forward. It's helpful to match your ask to where the buyer is on their journey. If they can't commit to something simple, like including a key stakeholder in the next meeting, that's a big clue your deal might be stuck. If your buyer is still exploring options, ask for a low-risk commitment, maybe attending a webinar or reviewing a white paper. If they're more engaged, push for something bigger, like a demo or a meeting with their executive team. Each small step builds momentum. And here's the best part. Once your buyer starts saying yes to the small stuff, they're much more likely to say yes to the big ask later. Remember, complex sales are not about winning or losing in one go. It's about making progress, inch by inch, with micro commitments that keep your buyer engaged and moving forward. Think of a deal you're working on that seems stuck in the mud. What's a simple advance you could ask for right now? Put it to use and see what kind of a reaction you get. If this strategy sounds useful, subscribe for more tips to help blow your sales goals out of the water. And if you're ready to keep that momentum going, reach out to Fused. We'll help you tailor strategies unique to your vertical market and competitive obstacles. Catch you next time!